Good morning, Marlowe Edison. Welcome to Yellow Shelf.
Oh, thank you, Johanna. I'm really excited to be here and
Ah,
talk about my book today.
congratulations. This is your debut novel. So I want to know all about it. Please share. Tell us what the book's about.
Okay, well, I have written an espionage thriller in essence, but it's also a hybrid because I have borrowed from all my favorite genres, and I do read widely. I read everything from romantasy. Yes, I'm admitting to that. But I also love espionage thrillers, and I did find that that was where I really felt at home was reading these assassination thrillers, espionage thrillers, political thrillers, all that kind of thing, which was really sort of fast momentum, propulsive, high octane, had all these set pieces where there was lots of action going on. Also admit to, I did like the violence for some reason. That was really cathartic. And so when I was writing this, I was thinking about, okay, what do I love most? And it's all been distilled into this novel. I probably should mention, yeah, when I talk about romantasy, one of my favorite authors is Patrick Rothfuss, who
Yeah.
wrote Name of the Wind. Absolutely loved it for some reason. And so I've got the academic background in there, the going to university, sitting in front of a panel of um, lecturers and professors who don't always aren't always on your side. So there's, lots of scope for conflict there. But at its heart, it was the action that I really liked, and I've written fight scenes. And I've choreographed those fight scenes. I probably should mention I do come from a indie film making background. So I had spent a lot of time editing film.
Yeah.
I also scored film. I soundscapes film. So when you read the book, it is cinematic. And um, I do cut from one scene. I'll just leave you on a cliffhanger. And then I will just smash cut to the next scene, which could be somebody else. So
Yeah.
I did take a lot of care to make sure I do have a large ensemble cast because I wanted it to feel like it was epic,
Yeah.
that it was this had this sprawling epic field where you were moving from one character to another character. But the thing is, each of these characters, they have their own their own arcs, their own needs, their desires. But when you look at it, it's about the pursuit of this uh, artifact in three pieces created by this artist that contains a puzzle. It's a bit Da Vinci Code here. And
Yeah.
so all these players are after it. And so, but they all have their own agendas, their own needs. But as you watch it, those arcs braid together as they're pursuing this MacGuffin, if you like, this object that they all desire. And so this is what holds the story together is when I was plotting it, I could go from this POV to that POV point of view
Yeah.
with each of the characters,
Yeah.
but they were all braiding together. They were all after the same thing. So it's logical. And uh, one of the things that's come back to me from some readers is that, well, one of the readers said to me, you need to be intelligent to read it. So it's not front loaded. It's I do not um, just info dump and tell you everything right up front. It's woven into it. It's as I move along. Excuse me, my voice is just going.
That's all right. I'm going to jump in and say a few things then while you clear your throat. It's
Mm,
been described as a thriller, like
yeah.
fantasy and even like science fiction sci-fi.
I it,
What'd you do?
it is a thriller.
Yeah, thriller.
Um, it's got an espionage element.
Yeah.
I would probably just step back from fantasy, but it does
Okay.
have that mythic element because
Sure.
it's like this quest element and they're after this object. Well, this object in three parts.
Yeah.
And so it has that element. You've also got this kind of mythic underground element where all these characters are sort of. living separate to normal society. Normal society is really represented by my police,
Yeah,
who seem to always turn up late to an event
yeah.
after it's all gone down. And it is a bit like that. And I've used a tagline at times of to try and really capture what it was about. I did use Selena Sidothian in John Wick's world,
Oh,
but
yeah.
then I felt, oh, it's just leaning a little bit on the fantasy element. So then I started talking about, well, Killing Eve,
Yeah,
Villanelle, and John Wick. So I was just trying to capture that espionage world, but at the same time, it's very stylish,
sure.
and it does have that real kind of noir-esque feel to it that I think John Wick encapsulates. And
Yeah,
yeah,
that's and I must say the book's called Mastering the Art of Deception. And I think Marlowe, you mentioned right off at the beginning of the interview, you love genres and subgenres. So no wonder the book could probably fall into lots of different genres and subgenres, just to be clear on that. Marlo, tell us a bit about you. So I think you've alluded to, debut novel. This is this book series. Is that right?
yeah. So I forgot to mention that it's
Yeah.
part one in a three-book um, series. So I'm currently working through book two. Book two was already largely plotted before I finished book one,
Yeah.
so I knew where I was heading. In book one, I knew, okay, this is coming up in book two. I know this is happening, so it needs to be threaded in here.
Yes.
But it is a three-part series, and yeah. So book one forms the first part of that story arc, if you
Yeah.
like. And what else could I say about
Oh,
it?
I mean, you read the first book, which is out now, the
Yes.
Mastering the Art of Deception. Book two is coming out next year. That's the timeline. Is that right?
Um, Hopefully by the end of next year, really depends
Okay.
on me.
No
And
pressure. No pressure.
yeah, no pressure.
Yeah.
Um, but I'm currently working through it. And I seeded that at the end of book one. I've got an epilogue, and I've said, oh, okay, all of this has gone down. This book is complete in itself.
Yeah.
The action has resolved. Then we have the epilogue. Oh, by the way, we're off to Rome now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pursue this.
Yeah.
So that's all in there. And oh,
And the series, can I say, is called The Grey Cat Files. Is that correct?
yes, yes,
Yay. Well, look,
yes,
that's the people need to get into the first book, the book that's out now, Mastering the Art of Deception. Give it a read, give your feedback. Know that there's more books coming, which is really
yes.
exciting, Marlo. Tell us about your writing process. Are you a writer who like only writes in the morning? Do you just, yeah, like I guess as a first time author or published author, what's writing like for you?
Um, Sometimes it can be spontaneous, but not very often.
Okay.
It usually takes some discipline with me saying, yes, I'm setting this time aside,
Yep.
and this is how I'm going to approach it. So I will sit down, and I do find once I get into it and I start to write, so I'm writing in something called Scrivener. And so I've got the plot laid out. I've got all the chapters there and basically what I want to have happen. And then when I write, I generally, it's like get words on the page first and worry about the rest later. And so I do find that I plot the action beats. So I think it is the filmmaking background, and
Okay.
I'm sort of block it out and I look at where the character is in the scene. What are the action beats? What's happening?
Yeah.
But I'll also look at the emotional beats too. What is this character feeling? What does this character need? Um, how is this scene driving the overall plot? What's happening here? Where's the conflict? And I'm always looking for that. Where is the conflict? But I don't have it outlined to such a degree that there's no room for wiggle room or
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
spontaneously thinking, what if I did this? And
Yeah.
that often happens while I'm writing the scene. I might say, okay, where is this scene taking me?
Yeah.
What does this character really want to do? What's important to this character? And sometimes I'm really surprised. I'll be going, oh, that's what has to happen here. It wasn't,
Yeah.
they weren't pursuing her, they were pursuing him.
Yeah.
So, stuff like that just happens.
Okay.
Or
That's good. That's
Yeah.
appreciate you sharing that because I think people are often interested in that as far as hearing from the writer, about their process and about their writing journey. Marlowe, if we are interested in connecting with you and finding out about the book, I know the book's available on Amazon. You have a fabulous website. I know you're on Instagram as well. So tell us, where do we go if we want to learn more about you, the book
Yeah.
series, the books?
Well, I am on Instagram. I am on TikTok.
Oh,
I've
okay.
also got a Facebook page.
Yeah,
And I'm currently looking at my YouTube channel. I've posted a couple of things up there.
sure.
So I'm thinking of expanding that. I think I want to talk more about the writing.
Yes.
Um, so I am looking at just beefing up the YouTube
Yeah,
over the
great.
next few months. But they're the places.
Your website, I know your website has a lot of links to Facebook and Instagram.
Yes,
So
yes,
that's a
yes,
great start to learn about the books, to learn a bit about you. I'll put that in our show notes, Marlo, to
yes.
make anyone listening anywhere around the world, to be able to connect with you and learn more. Thank you for joining us. And, good luck writing book number two. Will you come back and chat to us when the book's out?
Oh, yes, of course. Thank you. Yeah,
Excellent.
definitely. Yeah.
Yay. Well done. Thanks for joining us. All the best.
All right. Thank you, Johanna.
Cheers.